There is an age-old question. Do the transporters in Star Trek destroy matter and therefore kill the original person, basically creating a clone of the original? And therefore, are you the same person after being transported? Now, my apologies to the Star Wars fans. I'll try to put some links in the doobly-doo to some people levitating things or laser sword fighting or something for you. So the idea or the debate is centered around the question of what is consciousness itself. Is a complete molecular deconstruction and reconstitution the same consciousness? And therefore, are you the same person as you were pre-transport? It's actually a fairly interesting debate, and I encourage you to Google it and to read some of the interesting writings on it. One of my favorites is the application of the philosophical debate to standard human sleep. The argument goes a little something like this. When we go to sleep, we become unconscious. Our brains sort out the day's events and convert some to long-term memories. And when we wake up, our consciousness is essentially rebooted, a process which is greatly improved with the addition of coffee. Are we the same exact person, the same conscious being as the day before? Or are we the next version of ourselves, the previous consciousness plus what we're experiencing today? Are you you? But you go to sleep as version 7664 of yourself and wake up as version 7665, adding the experiences of every day into the next version of you. I know, freaky, right? Merge those thoughts with the often used adage, the person you are today affects the person you will become tomorrow. They say our actions today shape who we are tomorrow in a very real way. And that's less in the philosophical sense and more in the physical neural pathways in our head that make up who we are sense. Like anything else, if you exercise the part of your brain that does math, you'll get better at doing math. Call it what you will, whether it's practice or routine or Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours, but whatever you call it, every action or avoidance of action you take is training your brain. The next time you come to a similar task or decision, and your brain has a choice of a path it can take, two neural pathways diverged in the woods, if you will, you are making the path you choose into one that's easier to take in the future. If you give up at something, you'll be more prone to giving up at things. If you push yourself, you'll be more prone to pushing yourself. If you put in 30 minutes of effort doing something every day for a month, and then you do it again and again, every additional minute will shift you further from effort and closer to habit. It's behavioral. Now, I'm not trying to sound deep or cheesy, but if you do those things, if you put in that effort, that 30 minutes, that whatever today, then in the Star Trek Rebirth philosophical sense, tomorrow, you will be the next iteration of the person who did that thing. Now, the inverse is starkly accurate as well. If you spent the last 3 days making excuses instead of working towards your goals, say you spent 4 hours on social media, 5 hours watching television, and a grand total of 0 hours working towards your goals, what do you think the you of the next 3 days is most likely to do? To put it simply, if you smash out even 5 minutes towards the thing you want to become today, then tomorrow you'll be the person who yesterday achieved that thing, even if it's 5 minutes. And even at 5 minutes, you can still more easily repeat that process. You have evidence. You've done it before. I am all for the transporters. I'm all for us becoming the next better versions of ourselves. I suppose the transporter that makes you the next better version of yourself kind of exists, and it looks a lot like this. Okay, you can tell the Star Wars fans to come back in now. The thinking about complex moral and ideal concepts is over. I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching.